In the news this week, a child reacts to Christmas gift from parents.
Oh my, bro, are you serious, fool?
Nigerians write long list of resolutions that will be broken by February. Nigerian beggars and security guards to adopt Indian technology to avoid excuses in 2018. And now, it's the other news.
And here's your host, Okey Bakassi.
Yeah. Compliments of the season and welcome to the other news. This is our last show for the year 2017 and boy, what a year it has been. Well, we'll be looking back at some of the events that made us laugh, cry, and consider escaping through Libya this year. My guest is a senator with no constituency. Senator is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. Special correspondent Daniel D Humorous has some advice to get you through the festive season. All that and more coming your way in this special episode when we look back at the year. We stepped into the year with high food prices and low expectations. Tomatoes were scarce in January 2017, as fuel is scarce in December 2017. Nigerians learned that life was possible without stew. After all, a bag of rice was so expensive that rice and stew was starting to sound like silver and gold. The only people who entered 2017 with high hopes were those who were waiting for MMM to start again. They were eager to get help and give help. But what they needed to do was get real. A wolf was ready to turn belly, and the pyramid had crumbled. 2017 was the year of two Babas, the Baba of the nation and the Baba who has so many children. You might as well call him the father of a nation. President Buhari, the man who had promised to ban public officers from going abroad for medical treatment, left all of us behind and went to the UK for treatment. But maybe it was an emergency. That one is understandable.
57 days later, he transmitted a letter to the National Assembly that he will return to the United Kingdom for medical attention.
Okay, he went to the UK for medical treatment twice. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, we'll go share the shame 50-50. But the saddest thing about it is that the second time he was going, someone forgot to buy rat poison and put in his office. President Buhari played with our emotions and stayed away for so long that even people who do not like him as president started begging him to return.
We will not stop. We just want the president to either resume or resign.
Well played, Mr. President. Well played. As for Baba, he wanted to not just entertain, but advocate for the rights of the people.
This march is about encouraging positive-minded Nigerians, serious, hardworking, genuine, patriotic Nigerians to continue to work without intimidation.
And why not? After all, Fela did the same thing. But by the time the powers that be finished with innocent Idibia, a.k.a. Two-Face, he thought twice. Baba went from singing, "They want to tell us another story again, you," to singing, "All we need is one love."
The point I'm intent on making is not what the life of any Nigerian. No, I therefore announce the cancellation of the planned protest.
That was the end of the matter. Nothing there happened, nothing there happened. 2017 was Dino Melayo's year because we learned about his academic qualifications.
Dino Melayo allegedly did not graduate from university, report.
He launched his musical career.
And
they almost ended his political career with a recall. We shall see where that story goes. We're still keeping an eye on it. Oh, this was the year when Dino showed us just how stylish he is. Slay King Dino, you have slayed my eyes. Slayer. Well, 2017 was a year of statues. And no, I'm not talking about the statues in Owerri. By the way, Rochas, how much? You know you have not still answered that question. No? So how far? I am talking about how our government officials stood by like statues while Nigerians were being harmed, threatened, and killed in many countries in Africa and even around the world. But when it came to visiting the president in London or attending Anthony Joshua's boxing matches, our governors, senators, and ministers were suddenly active and eager to travel. 2017 was the year of quit notices. The Ariwa youths issued one to the Igbos in the north. The people of Zimbabwe issued one to Robert Mugabe. And the PDP issued one to President Buhari. 2017 was the year when the police captured Evans and people called on government to end SARS. 2017 was the year of Tiwa, Fino, Simi, Tekno, Wizkid, Davido, and the end of bachelorhood for Banky W. We thank God. We thank God. It was the year of raw cash, whistleblowers, broken promises, and madness. 2017 was the year when Nigeria qualified for the World Cup, but still failed to live up to its promise as the greatest country in Africa. We've had a rough year, but at least rice is now cheaper, tomatoes day, and Nigerian jollof rice is still #1. Even though some Senegalese programmers hacked our information minister.
I want to see probably Senegal.
A wise man once said that we must set forth at dawn. 2018 is around the corner. Greatness beckons. But the work starts now. The senator who has never lost an election is with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Senator Comedian. You're welcome, Mr. Bethel Njoku, a.k.a. Senator.
Yes.
Yeah, how did we move from Bethel to Senator?
But I like your suit, though. That's the most important.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like that you're looking smart, too. Yeah. All right.
Well, for me, the brand name Senator came up just about when I was trying to round up from the university. Okay. You know, when the, career thing about stand-up comedy started. You know, that was within, the buzz around politicians. 1999, down the years and all that.
Oh, you've been around, though.
Yeah, I've been around. After our leaders have been around, too.
I hear you.
So within that period, senators used to be like a fancy to a lot of the young people then.
It was a nice title.
Yes, they were representatives of the law and order. So I looked at myself, I said, I could be a representative of humor. Yeah. So I decided to choose.
That's very, very interesting. Yeah. Your career as an entertainer.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you had moments when, it looks like you don't hard though. You don't rough.
Yeah.
What do you do when in such situations?
Yeah, there's a philosopher, not really a philosopher, there's a scholar called Bertolt Brecht. For those who are into theater, they will understand. You will understand when he says that an artist, for instance, can never be disassociated from his environment. Okay. So that again means that whatever is happening to the artist beyond the stage can influence whatever is going to give out in terms of creativity. Yeah. So sometimes if you're not in the right mood, sometimes if you have a backlog of activities that are worrying you,
especially domestic,
financial,
it can affect.
It can affect.
And when it happens, what do you know? What's the way out?
Well, it's a passing phase.
What, I mean, if you're on stage performing and it happens,
while I'm performing.
Yes.
Well, the truth is, I must be very candid to you. Oftentimes, people look at our job like, oh, it has to be this way. It's not an everyday thing for a banker to balance his account. It's not an everyday.
We'll come back. Hold your thoughts. We are coming back to it. We are not done with this man. Yeah, we still did this matter. Well, still to come, Dan D Humorous has a message for Nigerians. And my conversation with the senator himself continues in just a moment. Yeah, this is the show that is looking 2018 in the face and saying, where you did since? It is the other news. And I'm having a conversation with a hilarious senator once more, ladies and gentlemen. Please, yeah. You know, here at the other news, we're always thinking of ways to touch people's lives and improve stuff. Senator, I wanted to touch politics.
Okay.
Your representative.
Yeah.
In the Federal House of Representatives.
We need to be specific. Ezini
Hite, yes. I assume we say Ezini Hite constituency. Yes. Yeah, he has defected from the PDP to the APC. Yeah. And he's a young man. At a time when we are thinking the young will represent well, here we'll have a young House of Reps member jumping from the party that took him to the House to another party and is creating a whole lot of controversy. You're from that constituency. Yeah. What's your take on it?
I see it like every other politician. The truth is, our politicians are like footballers. Nigerian politicians, they're like footballers. They are on transfer every time, especially when the team is not favoring them. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? He's not the only one. Somebody left PDP and went into ACN. I will not mention names. Then went back to PDP. Now he's in APC. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I will not mention names.
So you're okay with your representative? I
am not okay.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
But it's just that, you see, when the battle, the mantle is in their hands, there's practically nothing you can do. He consulted us before going into the House, right? And we voted.
Now we gave him a mandate.
We gave him the mandate.
Took the mandate, and went solo.
Yes, and now he's going on transfer, on loan, or whatever it is.
Without telling us. Without carrying anybody along.
So that tells you that this kind of person, you will only be wasting your energy trying to get angry.
If in situations like this, the person should vacate the seat, right?
Yeah, we have also had situations where people are supposed to vacate the seat, but they have not vacated the seat. Sometimes they tell you they are recalling, but there's nobody dialing.
Oh, so that is a dilemma for democracy in Nigeria. So when we set all these standards and we don't follow through.
Definitely.
Which is why one person can take mandate from the people and go there and trade it in for
where a governor will give a public holiday to his state for a president who has been on holiday.
That's a very nice one. Senator, you train, you're a pure thespian, you're a theater arts graduate, you've been on radio, recently you've been everywhere on television, doing your stuff.
Yeah.
What are the challenges of, TV, MC, comedian, all these things put together? How do you juggle all these things?
Well, for a Nigerian, that's a wrong question, because Nigerians can juggle anything.
We are natural born hustlers.
We are hustlers. That is why when you tell them you cannot give them visa, they'll go through the sea. So it's normal. You can't, extricate Nigerian from, hustle.
Hustle is real.
When they say third world country, we are not just third world country. We're third world country hustlers. So that's just the way it is. We'll find our way through.
Okay, another thing, now that you're here, you're from Imo State, I have to ask all the Imo State questions. We're around
Yeah,
the year is coming to an end.
Yeah.
And your state has been in the news.
Yeah.
Exactly for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, definitely.
For all the wrong reasons.
It's only Imo State that kept dirty for 2 weeks on the street.
They've been making statues of everybody. Are they not considering one for you?
Well, you see, nowadays, what Imolais have decided to do is, if they don't mold you, you mold yourself. The greeting in Imo State now is Akwalage.
Young people like you, what are the plans?
You see, that's the problem that we have. Nigerians have a way of creating a cliche. A cliche that runs down the whole system.
Okay.
Where somebody will tell you, oh, you are Igbo, so don't vote the Yoruba man. That's a cliche that has worked against us. Then some people tell you, oh, they're not giving the young people a chance. That's another cliche that's killing us. You look out for where we can see our young people. You see them on social media, you see them on blogs, making nasty comments, battling their celebrities, battling, people. Do you understand? And cannot convert this kind of anger and energy into, you understand what I'm saying?
Something more productive.
If you make a post of the best graduating student in a British university, you'll see that the likes might be 500 likes. But the moment you see that, they said that, what's this girl? Kosi Ojako has done lift and lift. You see like 2 million likes.
So, are you saying that the interest of young people is in vain stuff?
You understand what I'm saying? And
that priorities are misplaced.
Yes, and then it's been plotted by the older one.
And that's why all these things are happening in Imo State with a very large number of young people. Because there are 5 higher institutions in the city, in the capital city alone, and they are watching.
They're all watching.
And all these things are happening, and they are not doing anything.
And you know, I keep saying that the last time they voted out of sentiment.
So what is the way out, Senator?
Well,
what is the way out? How do we energize these young people? How do, you know, because, I mean, you can leverage on your position as a celebrity and become a rallying point for some of these things to begin to happen.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
Well, the truth is, there's little or nothing we can do. You know, I know that a Baba before, a Two-Face, tried to join one particular campaign and said they were going to march. He discovered that after 1 or 2 frisking here and there from authorities in court, somebody even said, the Mumu don't do. Our Mumu don't do. On the day they went for rally, he discovered that it was his own personal Mumu that had done. He collapsed at the venue because they had to tear gas him. You know, so...
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so anyway, finally, I mean, on the most serious, is there politics in your future?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There is politics, but it will start off from appointment.
Appointment?
Yes, before we now... You know how it started for you.
Do not taste the water first. That was the hilarious senator dropping some wisdom for us before the end of the year. The other news has come a long way since we started in July 2017. Here's a look back on our journey to put a twist on the news.
I must use the opportunity to thank the management of Channels Television and your very good self for this Pantagruelian and revelation intervention into our body policy.
I have to prepare at this point.
Yes.
I have to prepare for the bullets that you will be dropping.
What would we be making next? Sharpeners, erasers, or supersonic jets?
We are going to start production of biros.
I mean, the villa is a place that is accessible to all Nigerians.
Yes.
Once you are given an appointment,
so all these big pastors and imams, they just come and go and the spirits look at them and say,
there are people who have said, you know, you need to go there and do spiritual cleansing and all kinds of.
If you go to carriage, you will be jumping shit up and down.
Urination and defecation is being owned by individuals. We all need Nigerians to flourish both home and abroad. If everybody goes abroad, who will be sending fresh okasi and dried bush meat to the overseas? And if everybody's in Nigeria, who will be sending okrika clothes and accidented cars back home?
It's not my fault that their mumu level never do. When I created the Charlie Boy brand, it was supposed to shock timid, myopic, last year Mongo package.
Spiritual backing. Yes, what kind of spiritual backing do you have?
Yeah.
And at that point, you have to answer whatever your spiritual backing is, you answer. But in terms of embarrassing...
In my own case, it was God, though.
Yes.
God Almighty. I don't know what spiritual
my own was God.
God Almighty.
My own is God.
Class, in preparation of your future. A is for? B is for? C is for?
Contract.
D is for?
Diving.
E is for?
Anywhere benefits.
F is for football age.
And a group of very daring dissident rats ordered President Buhari to leave his office. Rats of nowadays, man, no respect.
My line in the sand is don't get killed. If I don't get killed, I think I'm okay, basically.
In the absence of the Lion King, the Lion Prince is running things. And I can tell you for free, the Lion Prince runs things, things don't run him. The only concern we have about the Lion Prince is that he hangs around more with doves and pigeons. So we are not too sure if this Lion Prince can roar. In a few seconds, Dan the Humorous with nuggets of wisdom still to come on the other news.
Here at the Other News, we're always thinking of ways of improving your life. Well, not really. We don't care. But our special correspondent and part-time Father Christmas, Daniel D Humorous, is here to offer tips on staying sane and happy in that month that everyone dreads. Dan. Okay. This man is sick. Okay. So what do you have for us today?
Well, we know we are in the season of jubilation, in the season of celebration. And in fact, at Channels TV, we concur by saying it is the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, we concur.
And in this wonderful time of the year, which is a time of jollofing, a time of chickening, you know what? I'll just let Honorable Patrick Obayebo help me here.
Pepper souping,
yes.
Goat heading,
yes.
Isegulizing, and big starting.
Now, isn't it mysterious, okay, that just after doing all those things that Honorable Patrick mentioned, jollofing, pepper souping, and everything, we snowball straight into the month of Beselizing, the month of Boroposing, the month of Beggy-Beggism, the month of I no get moneyism. It's really remarkable. Now, in the month of December, your salary comes very early, which is very nice. And then before you know what happens, you go shopping. You go chopping. You travel anyhow. You practically feel like you're chopping life, whereas it is your life that you're really chopping. And you now find out that by the 29th of December, you have spent what you usually spend in 30 days in just 9 days. And you now be like, hey, what have I done? And then by the time you go for crossover service on the 31st, everybody is saying, hallelujah, next year is my year of common impact. Next year is my year of touching life. And you're in one corner saying, oh, Father, it's your boy again. I know I have messed up one more time again. Please, Father Lord, help me have a miracle in January. Help me have this miracle in January. If that miracle comes, I promise I will worship you forever. I will not buy alcohol again. I will not buy Christmas clothes again. I will not buy everything again. And all the while you're doing that, January will just be looking at you like, oh, customer, bia. So I know you have been in that trap. So today, we have come with a few tips on how to escape such issues. Number one, when somebody asks you, how are we spending this Christmas? Say, no, I reject you in Jesus' name. I am not spending Christmas, I am saving Christmas. Number two, all the money that you are saving for this December or January, save it in an account that does not have checkbook, that does not have ATM, that does not have passbook, that does not have token, that does not have online, that does not even have star anything hash. And make sure that money is saved in a bank that has long queue, rude customer care, frustrating service, no air conditioner in the banking hall. That way it will discourage you from going to the bank to withdraw that money. Number three, when you're buying Christmas clothes for your children, buy oversized. Before you know, your children will use one cloth for 4 years. Smart thinking. And number four, there is this evil voice that tells you when you go to the village, show them you're a Lagos boy. Show them you're a Port Harcourt boy. Show them you're an Abuja woman. Resist it. When they're telling you dash money anyhow in the village to show that you're from the city, think of your landlord's angry face. Think of the annoying text message from caretaker. Think of how your children will cry when they send them home on school fees drive. That should be enough to sober you. Nigerians, I believe with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that January is not really a bad month after all. If you plan for it, that is if you have not already entered this trap. 2018 should be better. Okay?
But Dan, this advice would have been useful before Christmas.
No problem. If we don't do it in 2018, there's 2019. Advice needed loss.
All right. Okay, thank you very much, Dan. Wow. I hope you guys have learned a thing or two from this. This is where the other news draws the curtain for the year. Thank you for welcoming us into your homes and your lives. and for sticking with us in 2017. Remember to follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Our handle is still The Other News CTV. Our people say that if you want to go quickly, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. My name is Okey. Have a happy new year, and let's do this again next week, next year, and the week after. Thank you so very much. Love you. Love you. So let's go together. Okay?